Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the GCU arena for day one of the GCU Invitational. And this game features the Eastern Washington Eagles and the Grand Canyon University Lopes. I'm Kyle Borg alongside Jack O'Hara. And Jack, the Lopes come into this one off their best start in Division I era history.
Well, there's nothing really to complain about, Kyle. 5-1 coming into their first home series of the season. An excellent come-from-behind victory, down 2-0 against New Mexico State on opening night. Win that one in 5 sets. Then they go on the road against Rutgers out in New Jersey, pick up a big win in 5 rounds there. It's going to be an interesting set here tonight, playing a 2-5 Eastern Washington squad that's really been struggling. So we'll see if they can come away with their first victory at home.
Eastern Washington comes into this one on a 3-game losing streak. The Lopes are going to make that 4 games in a row, and they're going to look to push their 2-game streak to 3. Before we get to prayer, Anthem, and the starting lineups, Jack, let's look at the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game.
Well, the Lopes are going to look to continue riding that wave. Lopes, again, looking to continue riding momentum. You mentioned 5-1 start to the season. Just play more of the same volleyball, attack your opponents early, and try and get out in front. Trust your veterans. Jenny Murillo, first-year junior, Sarah Haggy, and Melody Horton have been the vocal point for the Lopes offensively to start. And homecoming adjustments, the Lopes finally return home against an opponent that they've only faced once before in Eastern Washington. Adjust to their mistakes early and expose their weaknesses.
And now let's go ahead. We'll send you to the floor for prayer, national anthem, and then the starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the beautiful GCU Arena for this evening's women's volleyball matchup in the GCU Volleyball Invitational, featuring the Eagles of Eastern Washington University and your Grand Canyon University and Lopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise if you are able. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by Corey Tubbs, GCU Sports Chaplain.
Father in heaven, we thank you for this opportunity to come here tonight for this competition and be among friends and family. We pray that you be with the players, the officials, and everybody involved, that you would help keep them safe so that they can perform to the best of their abilities. And we pray that you would be with these teams as they continue on in their season, that they would experience growth and success both individually and as a team. We pray all these things in Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Corey. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with the playing of the national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by our very own Thundering Herd Pep Band under the direction of Dr. Paul Cook, and tonight, his student associate, Dana Marable. Thank you. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First of all, for the Eagles of Eastern Washington University, the libero is a junior from Laie, Hawaii, number 1, Pooh Sao. An outside hitter, a freshman from Guadalajara, Mexico, number 5, Renata Lopez Morales. At middle blocker, a sophomore from Corona, California, number 6, Ashlyn Blotzer. The setter is a junior from Laie, Hawaii, number 8, Sheree New. At outside hitter, a junior from Parker, Colorado, number 11, Mckenna Davis. At right side, a freshman from Honolulu, Hawaii, number 22, Kayla. At a middle blocker, a freshman from Laverne, California, number 27, Nikki Capizzi. The Eagles are 2-5 on the season. They play in the Big Sky Conference. They're led by head coach Leslie Flores Cloud and assistant coaches Kelly Bonja and Colin Cohen.
Starting lineups in case you missed it. First for Eastern Washington, it'll be number 1, Blue Sow. Number 5, Rennet Lopez Morales. Number 6, Ashlyn Blotzer. Number 8, Sheree New. Number 11, Mckenna Davis. Number 22, Whoo Koala. And number 27, Nicoletta Capizzi. And now for your Grand Canyon University Lopes, number 2, Claire Mitchell. Number 3, Teigen Falco. Number 7, Annabelle Bubinski. Number 9, Emma Ahern. Number 11, Melody Wharton. Number 15, Jenny Murillo. And number 16, Kyra Moss. Well, Jack, the Havocs behind us are ready to go. After that, a great intro. I'm ready. Are you ready?
Oh, I think everybody's ready in this arena, Kyle. We got the Havocs right behind us, like you mentioned, going crazy.
We are about set for first serve. It's going to be Eastern Washington and Sheree New, who's going to lead it off, I believe, for the Eagles to start us off here. It's set number 1. gets it from the down official, and we are just about ready to go, waiting on a whistle. There it is. And Chambre News gonna get GCU home slate started, and that one's gonna be served out of bounds, and a quick start for GCU, and it's 1-0.
That's a good way to get everybody off their feet, even though they were already on their feet. So GCU up 1-0 here. We'll see if they can take advantage.
Teigen to Falco will be the first server for GCU. She puts that in play. And now Eastern Washington starts an attack, and it's going to be blocked by Murillo, and back over to Eastern Washington. They're going to start another attack. It'll fall to the ground, and we're knotted up at 1. Eastern Washington to serve now. That one will be put in play, and Mitchell's going to set up Murillo, who will go with a touch over the net. And now Eastern Washington will serve the middle, and it'll be out of bounds. So the second error on Eastern Washington, and the Lopes are up 2-1.
So Eastern Washington shooting themselves in the foot early on, and the Lopes couldn't capitalize last time. Let's see if they can get something going offensively here.
Sarah Haggie checks in to the front row for GCU as Mitchell sends it over, and that one will get by the block. They're going to call a touch off of Haggie and Bubinski, and Eastern Washington will get it back. It's Blotzer to serve it over for Eastern Washington. Mitchell to Bubinski, it'll fall off the top of the block. Lopes get it back. It's 3-2 early on in set number 1. As Murillo is going to check out for the first time tonight. And it'll be Kayla Matthews, number 8, who will be back to serve. Matthews sends it over. That one's going to be put back down by Sarah Haggie, and it's 4-2 Lopes.
Well, we mentioned how hot Sarah Haggie's been in the first 6 games of the season. Comes into this game with 57 kills, picks up her first of the night there to give the Lopes a 2-point lead. And it'll be interesting to see if the Lopes can rally and put together a big lead here early on, trying to separate themselves from the Eagles.
Service ace, Kayla Matthews, and it's 5-2.
Got a yes chant over here from the Havocs. You love to see it, Kyle, early on in this one, up by 3.
Daniel Bryan getting a shout out on that chant, so Kayla Matthews gonna get ready to do it again. She puts that one over, and now Eastern Washington can set up an attack. That'll be from the back line, out of bounds, 6-2 Lopes.
Well, it's exactly what you want to see right out of the gate, Kyle. Lopes separating themselves from Eastern Washington, up by 4, exposing their weaknesses early on. Already 2 service errors from Eastern Washington right out of the gate.
Matthews serves it again. Puts that one into play. Eastern Washington will try and get something going. Here it's blocked down by Wharton. And here comes Eastern Washington again. That'll get off the block. DeFalco digs it out. Eastern Washington will set us up one more time. Set to the outside, right at Wharton. Mitchell will go with the back set to Bubinski. It's kept alive for a moment, but GCU can't quite get it back over the net. Good hustle all around, and it's now 6-3 in favor of GCU.
Well, Kayla Matthews almost was able to keep that one in play. Just couldn't get a good handle on it as he tips it into the crowd. Again, GCU still up by 3, and this one still have all the momentum on the side. Havocs going crazy as usual. Eastern Washington still with their back up against the wall here early on in set number 1.
Haggie will get a tip off the assist from Mitchell, and it's now 7-3.
Well, that's just a nice read there from Sarah Haggie, finding a hole and regaining that 4-point lead for the Lobes.
And now a couple of substitutions for Eastern Washington. And this will be Annabelle Bubinski to serve it away for the Lopes. Bubinski will send a line drive over the top of the net. And here's Eastern Washington. It won't get over. And the Lopes are going to get another point and go up by 5 early on in set number 1. Lopes looking pretty dominant so far. Doing a good job to open it up here at the GCU Invitational, so Bubinski ready to send it away again. That's gonna get down, service ace, Annabelle Bubinski, and that's the second of the game for the Lopes.
Not to mention a second yes chant from the Havoc's faithful. You know, Eastern Washington really, I mentioned, shooting themselves in the foot early on and really hurting themselves, giving the Lopes a chance to separate themselves.
That one will be put back down, kept alive by Eastern Washington. Now sent over, and Mitchell will set up the attack for Wharton. It'll come back, Mitchell will set it up. It'll be bumped outside. That's the lefty Haggy, and it's gonna get out of bounds. Just barely missed, and it's 9-4. Coach Wharton having a conversation, or Coach Nolan, excuse me, having a conversation with the down official, looking to get a touch off that attack from Sarah Haggy. Not gonna get it, so Eastern Washington will serve it away. Mitchell outside, Haggy again. That one's gonna get down. Sarah Haggy on fire early with 3 kills.
Well, would you expect nothing less, Kyle? 3 kills right out of the gate for Sarah Haggy. A little too much for Eastern Washington to handle there, and the Lopes with the biggest lead with the 6-point advantage early on.
Emma Ahern's the server. It just misses the line and out of bounds, 10-5 in favor of the Lopes. And now Pusau, the libero for the Eagles, will get set to serve it away.
Well, it's the second time the Lopes have tried this front corner here, Kyle, trying to get a good feel for Eastern Washington's defense.
And now another service error on the Eagles, and the Lopes get it right back as Murillo checks back in. That'll be for Kayla Matthews, and Melody Wharton is going to be the server. Eastern Washington sets the middle, and it falls on the back line. 11-6 now in favor of the Lopes.
Number 8, Chambre, 5, Lopez.
And now a couple more substitutions to put some starters back in the game now for Eastern Washington. And now it'll be Chambre New again to get her second go-around at the service game. She served it out of play in her first one. That one's gonna go to Falco. Mitchell outside for Murillo, and it'll stay alive. Into the middle, dug away, but can't quite get it all the way up, and now it's 11-7 in favor of the Lopes.
All Eastern Washington could do right here is chip away. Still a lot of volleyball to be played, only down by 4. But haven't really gotten anything going offensively to this point. Again, just trying to chip away and trying to figure out their own offense.
And the third service error of the game on Eastern Washington as that one goes out of bounds. DeFalco will serve again. That one will be right into the net. Couldn't quite find a way to get that one over, and now it's 12-8. Lopes still up by 4. Another substitution for Eastern Washington. This will be McClure getting her first attempt at the service game. She'll send that one right to Wharton. Mitchell setting outside. Murillo wasn't quite ready for it, and now Eastern Washington able to set the middle, and it's kept alive. DeFalco for Murillo. Murillo with a big kill, and it's 13-8.
Well, it was only a matter of time before Jenny Murillo made her presence felt in this one. Took that one to the house, comes into this one. That's her 83rd kill of the season, leading the Lopes by 30.
Serve from the setter, Claire Mitchell, is going to go right to the back row, and now that one will be hit out of play. Lopes go back up 14-8.
Claire Mitchell to serve.
So the freshman setter, Claire Mitchell, gets set to serve once more. Puts that one in play, good serve, and now looking to go with the quick touch over the net was Chambre New, and just ended up setting that one directly into it, and the Lopes force a timeout. So Jack, 15-8, and the Lopes started off strong.
Lopes offense starting off strong, and it helped that Eastern Washington has not really been on the same page to this point, down by 7.
And we'll be right back with the rest of set number 1 right after this, right here on GCU TV.
Time you watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew.
And welcome back. Claire Mitchell just served that away, and that's going to get off the block, and it'll get down for an Eastern Washington point, and it's 15-9. And now Eastern Washington will serve that one out of bounds again. Their 4th service error, and the Lopes up 16-9. Kayla Matthews back into the game for Jenny Murillo, and now she will get set to serve it away for the Lopes. Matthews will float one over the net. Will be a back set, and it's going to be blocked by GCU, and it falls. Melody Wharton and Annabelle Bubinski were right there for the Lopes, and the Lopes up by 8.
Well, there's Melody Wharton. She also with 57 kills coming into this game. The big 3 you got to watch out for on that Lopes offense: Sarah Haggie, Melody Wharton, and Jenny Murillo. All 3 have contributed thus far.
And a great dig by Claire Mitchell, and that sets up Wharton on the outside. She's going to get her first kill of the night. And now the Lopes have doubled up Eastern Washington. Kayla Matthews set now to serve it away again for the Lopes. Going to be popped up and bumped to the outside now. Matthews, good pass for Mitchell. Back set, Haggie! It will not find the line, and it gets out of play. 18-10 now in favor of the Lopes, and 2 substitutions coming for Eastern Washington.
Lopes having a tough time finding that corner here earlier on in this game. 3rd time they've attempted that corner here on the near side. We'll see if they can get that adjusted. And again, up by 8, have plenty of room to work with.
Eastern Washington set to serve it away. That one out of bounds as well. 19-10 now for Grand Canyon.
Well, if there's one thing that Eastern Washington's going to look back on here in set number 1 is the amount of service errors early on, really, again, shooting themselves in the foot.
Annabelle Bubinski the serve. Puts that one over, now a back set, and it doesn't get over top of the net. And now the Lopes back up by double digits, and it's a 10-point, 20-10 Grand Canyon lead. And they will force the 2nd time out of the set on Eastern Washington. And we will be right back for the final 5 points for the Grand Canyon right here in set number 1, right here on GCU TV.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Welcome back inside the GCU Arena, where the Lopes are up 20-10 in set number 1 on the visiting Eastern Washington Eagles. And Jack, so far so good for the Lopes here in set number 1.
Well, only 5 more scores here to pick up the victory in set number 1. We mentioned the 3 big offensive players, Haggy, Wharton, and Murillo, all stepping up already here in set number 1. And Eastern Washington still trying to get on the same page with 5 service errors here in the first set, down by 10. We'll see if this timeout, their second timeout of the set, does them any good.
And we are set to find out now as the buzzer sounds. Players back out on the floor. Annabelle Bubinski will be the server. That's number 7 back there for Grand Canyon. She'll send one back, but it gets out of play. And Eastern Washington will get it back, 20-11 now, GCU. But a substitution coming into the front line for Eastern Washington. That serve will be put in play, one of the rare runs so far. And now DeFalco's gonna set it outside for Wharton, but it's gonna be kept alive. And now a quick one over top. Mitchell bumps it. DeFalco outside, Haggy blocked. DeFalco keeps it alive. Mitchell in the middle. That one's gonna fall for Kyra Moss, and it's 21-11, and Moss picks up her first kill of the night. And now Emma Ahern in for Sarah Haggy, and Ahern will get set to serve. Ahern puts one into the back row. They'll have to bump it up, and then that one's gonna be punched over. Mitchell in the middle, that's for Wharton. Kept alive for the time being for the Eagles. That one's sent over. DeFalco to Mitchell. Back row for Matthews, it's gonna fall, and it's 22-11 for GCU.
The Lopes offense doing a tremendous job distributing the ball on offense, getting the entire team involved as they doubled their lead here, trying to finish things off here and trying to put the nail in the coffin.
And that one's gonna be sent right back by Kyra Moss. And the Lopes will get it back. Emma Ahern to serve, 23-11 now in favor of GCU. And another timeout taken by Eastern Washington. And the Lopes now just 2 points away, Jack, from taking set number 1. And we'll see if they can get those 2 points done quickly when we come back right here on GCU TV. Welcome back inside GCU Arena. Lopes up 23-11 on the Eagles here in the first set of their first home game of the season and here at the GCU Invitational. And Jack, the Lopes have been really all over the place so far with a little bit of help from the service errors by Eastern Washington.
Well, I mentioned right before we went to break, the Lopes doing a tremendous job distributing the ball on offense. Everybody get involved. You see Kyra Moss there with 2 quick kills right before we went to break. And third timeout of the set for Eastern Washington. Again, with the service errors, they've really shot themselves in the foot. We'll see if they can mount any sort of comeback here in the first set.
Ahern serves that one over, and now Eastern Washington will put that one away, and it's 23-12 as Pooh Sao will get ready to serve it away for Eastern Washington, trying to keep set number 1 alive for them as much as possible. That one right to Matthews. Mitchell outside for Wharton. It's gonna find the floor. Game point for GCU, 24-12. Murillo checks back in for Kayla Matthews as Melody Wharton, who just got that kill, will get ready to serve it away for the first set. That one will be put in play, trying to keep that one alive on an errant pass by Eastern Washington, but it'll find the floor on the GCU side of the net, and it's 24-13 now. McAdams will serve for Eastern Washington. It'll be right to Wharton. Mitchell in the middle. It'll be blocked, looking to set up Kyra Moss. But a good attack that time from the Lopes.
Eastern Washington just trying to wake up at this point, down by 10, trying to mount any sort of comeback. Game point for the Lopes, just trying to put the nail in the coffin, which they will here.
And on the 6th service error of set number 1, the Lopes take set number 1, 25-14, as it is now t-shirt time here at the GCU Arena. But Jack, a very dominant opening set for GCU.
25-14, Eastern Washington just couldn't get anything going offensively. Helped the Lopes early on with those 2 service kills right out of the get-go. Sarah Haggy with 3 kills right off the bat, Melody Wharton, and of course Kyra Moss stepping up with 2 kills each. Let's see if the Lopes can continue the momentum in set number 2, trying to get out of here early as the Havocs. Well, it's a party out here, Kyle. I don't know if they wanted to stop.
Well, the party doesn't stop here at GCU. We'll see how quick the Lopes can take down Eastern Washington when we come back for set number 2 right here on GCU TV.
As a teacher, your calling was always to make a difference and positively impact the future. You live with a deep sense of purpose and strive to inspire generations of change. GCU's online Masters of Education degree program gives you the skills you need to grow and develop your career, while also making sure you have time for yourself and your family. Today, you can learn anywhere and anytime, giving kids a look into the technological advances that pushed you forward. Being strong and compassionate makes you a role model through this formative period in their lives. You're not just inspiring future generations of leaders and innovators to reach for their dreams, you're giving them the tools they need to achieve them.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Welcome back. Just about a minute away from set number 2 after the Lopes had a dominant showing in set number 1. And Jack, we talked about it. Lopes back here, first time this season. How'd they do on the road? They went 5-1 to start.
Yeah, they didn't do too bad, Kyle. I mean, 5 wins, 1 loss. They were down 2-0 on opening night to New Mexico. Come out of the gate strong, 3 consecutive set victories to win that one 3-2. Then they headed to New Jersey, up north with a big 3-2 win at Rutgers to go to 2-0, go 3-1 on for the rest of that road trip with a 3-0 sweep over Montana before returning home here tonight. Things are looking pretty good right now after winning that first set 25-14, looking to go up by 2.
As the Lopes now just awaiting Eastern Washington to make their way onto the floor for set number 2. And in that first set, the Lopes were helped out by 6 service errors by Eastern Washington. As the Lopes picked up 2 aces also to help them out in the serving game. And then they were led by Sarah Haggy, who had 3 kills, followed by Wharton and Moss with 2 apiece. So the Lopes really get contributions from more of their role players more than their stars like Jenny Maria.
Everybody's getting involved tonight. The Lopes, I've mentioned it before, really distributing the ball on offense quite well. And they've been helped by Eastern Washington in this one. You mentioned all the service errors, 2 right out of the gate to start this one off, to go down 2-1 right out of the gate. So we'll see if Eastern Washington can clean things up here, trying to get back in this game.
Well, we'll find out what happens in set number 2. The arena's on their feet. Melody Wharton gets ready to serve it away, and she'll float one over the top. That one's gonna be set outside. Murillo almost got her hands to it. Now Mitchell will set Murillo. Murillo finds the back line. Jenny Murillo picks up kill number 2, and the Lopes up 1-0.
Well, this is exactly what the Eagles don't want to see. They don't want to see Jenny Murillo getting going here in set number 2. We mentioned the 82 kills coming into this one. That's her 2nd of the night.
That one will be set up on a swing and a miss, and then the sliding attempt to try and keep it alive will not make it over the net. Lopes up 2-0. Wharton set to serve it away. They're gonna set that outside. It'll be off the hands of Moss and Mitchell and kept alive, and now into the back row. Wharton digs it out. Mitchell for Murillo. That one is gonna find the way to the table, but kept alive, and now Mitchell gets stuffed. And then set back for Mitchell in the middle. Moss! That one will find the floor. It's 4-0 GCU.
Well, a great rally there from the Eagles and the Lopes, showing off both their competitiveness there. And then the Lopes coming away with the kill, up 3-0 early on. This is exactly what Eastern Washington doesn't want to see.
Out of bounds, Lopes up 4-0 now. And Melody Horton will get set to serve it again now for GCU. They're on a 4-0 scoring run. Horton line drive over the top of the net. That one will be bumped outside off the top of the block, and now to Falco for Mitchell. Mitchell for Murillo, she'll go with the touch, and it'll be kept alive by Eastern Washington. Popped up, Mitchell's gonna send that one right over. Kept alive for the time being. Mitchell's gonna get credited with a kill, and the Lopes start off strong as they did in set number 1 here in set number 2.
Well, we're seeing more of the same here from the Eagles offense. Just a nightmare start to set number 2 after falling in the first set by 11. Just trying to chip away.
Blocked by Jenny Murillo by herself. Give her a solo block. 6-0 GCU.
I mentioned, Kyle, don't let Jenny Murillo get hot, as Eastern Washington's going to have to call another timeout here. Again, a nightmarish start, down by 6 to start the set.
And it is now 6-0 early on in set number 2 in favor of the Lopes. We'll be right back with the remainder of set number 2 right here on GCU TV.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Back here at GCU Arena, that has seen the Lopes jump out to a 6-point lead early on in set number 2 after taking the first set by 11. And Jack, how is Eastern Washington going to get themselves back into this match?
Well, I mentioned right before we went to the break, Kyle, Eastern Washington showing more of the same sides from set number 1, hurting themselves more often than the Lopes have. Lopes offense has been tremendous to this point as well, up 6-0 to start set number 2, but Eastern Washington has not been able to fix the errors that they made in set number 1, and again, a nightmare start, down by 6, just trying to get on the board here in set number 2.
So that one will be put over the net by Grand Canyon, and now a little flick over to DeFalco, and now Mitchell for Moss! Off of the block, point GCU, it's 7-0. And now a substitution for San Diego State. And Melody Horton will get ready to serve it again. She'll put that one over. That one almost found the floor, but kept up off the top of the block. Ahern for Mitchell outside. Murillo couldn't quite get it over as she hit out the top of the net. And now Eastern Washington on the board at 7-1.
Well, Eastern Washington was wondering if they were ever going to get on the board here in the second set, catch a break there. We'll see if they can get something going. Again, just trying to chip away, down by 6, just trying to get back into this set. They don't want to go down by 2 against this Lopes offense.
That one outside, that for Murillo, can't find that line, and it's 7-2 now.
to serve.
Eastern Washington will serve it away, and it's going to go right to Mitchell. She'll go with the quick touch. Kept alive and pushed over, but out of bounds. And the Lopes back on the board. It's 8-2.
Eastern Washington playing a little hot potato there with the ball, just trying to keep it in play. Aren't able to. They chipped away with those 2 points there, but down by 6 again. The Lopes looking to rally off a couple more scores.
DeFalco with a rocket of a serve, and now right over top of the block. And Eastern Washington cuts the lead to 5 now, 8-3. And now a little jump float serve, and the Falco will be able to corral that one, but Ahern will have to send a free one over. And now Eastern Washington will set up an attack. And a little bit of miscommunication as Eastern Washington will misplay that one, and it's 9-3. Claire Mitchell gets ready to serve. Ahern checks out. Haggie back into the game for GCU.
Well, you can continue to see the holes in this Eagles offense. Kyle, just a little bit of a miscommunication there.
Mitchell can't quite keep that in play, and now it is 9-4 as Eastern Washington will get set now, serve it once again. That one's right to DeFalco. Mitchell, quick touch over the net. Claire Mitchell gets another kill, and it's 10-4 now. And you can't say enough about Claire Mitchell, the freshman. Talking to Coach Nolan before the game, he raved about how smart she is on the floor, and she's only a freshman.
Well, you just saw right there the quick-minded offense from Claire Mitchell, a little sneak attack. Nobody expected that on the Eagles' offensive side. Talked to Coach, like you mentioned. Also talked a little bit about Jenny Murillo, how much she's been a factor in that locker room for the Lopes, as the chemistry is just unheard of so far here early on.
So the Lopes get that one back, and now it is Kayla Matthews getting ready to serve for GCU. She'll put that over top of the net. And now here come Eastern Washington. That'll get a little bit of deflection. Haggie trying to run that one down, can't do it, and it's 11-5 now. So a whistle, and the Lopes are going to get the point as a net violation is going to be called on Eastern Washington. So 12-5 now, GCU. Moss checks in for DeFalco in the front row. And this will be Annabelle Bubinski to be the server. Bubinski puts that in play. And now it'll be set back outside. Haggie and Moss are right there, but it's kept alive. And now a hit from the back row. Mitchell digs it out. Bumped up for Wharton off the top of the block. Eastern Washington now on the attack, and a quick one over, and it hits the floor, and it's 12-6.
Well, we saw Claire Mitchell with the sneak attack just moments ago. The Eagles returning the favor, again, just trying to chip away down by 6. Again, you don't want to go down 2-0 against the Lopes offense. They're 5-1. That's our first night at home. Everybody's going wild. And those are the type of mistakes right there that you don't want to see from that Eagles offense.
Service error number 7 of the match so far. First one here in set number 2, though, and it's 13-6 now for Grand Canyon, as Emma Ahern will be the server. Ahern will go with a line drive. That one's sent right back to Wharton. She's gonna stuff that one back down to the floor, and it's 14-6.
Emily Wharton with those 2 quick kills in the first set, making her presence felt here a little bit later in set number 2. That's her 3rd kill of the night, now has 60 on the season.
That one up top, off the hands of Wharton. And now Ahern will send it back to Wharton off the block. It falls. 15-6 Grand Canyon.
Well, you mentioned we talked to Coach before the game. Mentioned Melody Wharton as one of those leaders in the locker room for the Lopes. She's proving it right now here on the court. 2 quick kills, now has 4 on the night.
Ahern can't quite keep that one in bounds. And now Eastern Washington gets it back, and the Lopes up by 8, 15-7.
In for the Eagles, number 22.
Eastern Washington gets set to serve it away now. This will be Zandona. She'll put that one out of bounds. Give them 8 service errors now on the night. 16-7 GCU. Melody Wharton gets set to serve. She rattled off 7 points in a row for Grand Canyon to start off this set, so let's see if she can close it out here. That one will be set outside off the hands of Murillo. DeFalco for Mitchell. Up top, gonna be tipped over by Moss. Outside, gonna get Mitchell running, and a diving Ahern can't quite pop it back up. And a good smart play at the net from Eastern Washington. McClure now back to serve it away for the Eagles, who are down by 8 now. That one will be served way long, and the Lopes back up by 9.
Eastern Washington once again hurting themselves there with yet another service error. Again, down by 9 at the moment. This is just not where they want to be in this game.
DeFalco serves that one. It's going to be an ace. Teigen DeFalco. Lopes now with their 3rd service ace on the night. That's going to be DeFalco's first, and a timeout taken by the Eagles, and it's 18-8 Grand Canyon, and we'll be right back with the remainder of set number 2 right here on GCU TV.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
And we are back inside GCU Arena. Lopes up 18-8 on the Eastern Washington Eagles here in set number 2. Lopes looking to close this one out early and go for a 3-set sweep.
Well, up by 10 right now. It's looking pretty good for the Lopes offense, as Eastern Washington has quite the mountain to climb down by 10, but it's been more of the same from Eastern Washington, Kyle, from what we saw in set number 1. The service errors are killing them as they continue to hurt themselves offensively. The Lopes have done a great job capitalizing on those mistakes.
So Teigen DeFalco gets set now to serve it away again. She just picked up a service ace before that timeout was taken by the Eagles.
Teigen DeFalco serve.
And here comes DeFalco's serve. Back-to-back service aces, Teigen DeFalco.
Yes, yes, yes. Teigen DeFalco serve.
That service ace
triggers
good
another
enough.
yes chant.
Good enough for our 4th yes chance on the night.
Teigen DeFalco now. That one's going to be served into the net, and it's 19-9 now Grand Canyon. You know, Jack, I think that yes chant is the equivalent to the soccer team's thunderclap after a goal.
It's looking like it right now. We've seen a few Nemo references. I mean, the Havocs do whatever the heck they want.
And Murillo finds the floor. Lopes up 11 as Claire Mitchell, the setter, is going to go back now to serve it away for the Lopes.
Claire Mitchell to serve.
Mitchell, little floater over the net. That one outside off the top of the block, and now Mitchell has to set up to Falco. For Murillo now. Jenny Murillo with a rocket. It'll be kept alive, however, and now sent right into the net, and the Lopes go up 21-9. Claire Mitchell will be the server again here for Grand Canyon. She'll float that one over top of the net. Set into the middle, dug out this time. DeFalco for Murillo. Can't keep it alive. Referee's going to say it got touched at the net. Murillo again sends it over. Eastern Washington outside. That one finds the line, says the lines judge, and it's 21-10.
Well, the Havocs not too happy about that one, Kyle. Eastern Washington able to find that corner. It's what the Lopes haven't really been able to do so far in this one. Hasn't hurt them to this point. Again, up by 11. But Eastern Washington going to have to do what they couldn't do in set number 1, trying to chip away.
And that one's going to get touched off the block, so Murillo does a good job to get the point back for GCU, up by 12. She'll check out. Kayla Matthews is in, and also Eastern Washington makes a substitution. It'll be Haley Eder now for Eastern Washington, number 12 in red, just came on. Matthews set to serve. Lopes 3 points away now from going up 2 sets to none. Matthews will send that one over. Set right up. Haggy and Bubinski are there, but it's kept alive. One more time. That one gets over and out of bounds. 2 points away now are the Lopes.
Kayla Matthews to serve.
Kayla Matthews gets set now to serve it away once again for Grand Canyon. Matthews with a little bit of a line drive, just misses that back corner, 23-11.
Rennet Lopez Morales to serve.
This will be Morales for Eastern Washington, right to Matthews. Mitchell up top, Bubinski's blocked. Kept alive, DeFalco outside. That one will get kept alive, popped up, and they're gonna have to send a free ball over the net. They do. DeFalco for Mitchell. Outside, Wharton blocked down. And Eastern Washington back on the board, 23-12.
The Lopes, like you mentioned, Kyle, only 2 scores away from going up 2-0 in this match, but Eastern Washington trying to do their best to chip away here with 2 quick points.
DeFalco, errant pass for Mitchell. She's able to get there. Great hustle. Bubinski sends it over now. The Lopes have to defend. Up top, dug out and sent back over. Great dig, Kayla Matthews. And now a back row hit right at Matthews again. Mitchell will go for Haggy. It's going to get down off the top of the block. 1 point away. Sarah Haggy gets her 4th kill of the evening. And now Annabelle Bubinski can end it here on this service for GCU.
Haggy not holding anything back there. Now tied with 4 other of her teammates with 4 kills on the night.
Here comes Eastern Washington. That one will get down off the hands of Moss and Wharton as DeFalco checks back in for Bubinski in the back row. And now Pusau will serve it for Eastern Washington, and this will be sent over the net, right to Matthews. Mitchell with a little punch to send it over, but a point coming for Eastern Washington on an error from Claire Mitchell. Lopes up by 10 now. They can have identical scores if they're able to win it right here, as they won the first set 25-14. So South sends it out of bounds just the way we ended set number 1. We'll end set number 2 identical. And the Lopes go up 2 sets to none. And Jack, the Lopes have looked pretty dominant here early.
Well, you just mentioned, Kyle, back-to-back 25-14 wins to go up 2-0, going for the sweep in set number 3. And Eastern Washington continues to show signs of, as they just have not been on the same page. You mentioned 22 service errors in this one, as they handed the Lopes the win with 2 service errors in the first set to end it for their 25th point, and for their 25th point in set number 2.
Lopes are going to look to close this one out in a perfect 3-set sweep. We'll see if they can do it when we come back right here on GCU TV. Welcome back inside GCU Arena. Lopes just took set number 2, 25-14 to take a 2-0 overall set lead. Looking to go for the perfect sweep here on their home opener at the GCU Invitational. And now, Jack, let's go ahead and take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by BSN Sports.
Well, it's a full weekend for the Lopes. Kyle, women's volleyball will continue the GCU Invitational tomorrow with a doubleheader, 12 p.m. and 7 p.m. as women's soccer returns home on Sunday to take on the University of North Dakota at 7 p.m. And, of course, you can catch all those games right here on GCU TV.
Speaking of women's soccer, they are on the road right now at the half at UC Santa Barbara, and Sophia Roberts put the Lopes up by 1 6 minutes into the game, and Lauren Garthwaite has 5 saves, so the Lopes doing well on the road. Good to see that. Hopefully they can play another solid 45 minutes and come back home with a win to take on North Dakota on Sunday.
Well, the defense obviously looking strong, up 1-0 in the first 45 minutes. 45 minutes still yet to be played in that game, so we'll see if Lauren Garthwaite and company can come home with a victory.
Absolutely, and now it's time for a look at the Canyon State Stats Update, brought to you by Canyon State Credit Union.
Well, you mentioned the 22 service errors on Eastern Washington's side, Kyle, and of course for the Lopes, you got 5 players tied with 4 kills. You got Claire Mitchell, Melody Wharton, Sarah Haggy, Jenny Murillo, and Kyra Moss all dominating on the offensive side. And Jenny Murillo, you wonder why she had 82 kills coming into this game, 14 total attacks thus far. You can see right there, 13 kills for the Eagles, 22 for the Lopes, only 7 errors on their side, but 13 for the Eagles, and it's harmed them thus far. Lopes offense has been rolling, but the Eagles have certainly helped out defensively.
The offense certainly has been rolling, and it flows through freshman setter Claire Mitchell. She's got 12 assists and 6 digs tonight to go with 4 kills, and you don't normally get a lot of kills out of your setter.
And she's been great defensively as well as offensively with those 4 kills, like you mentioned. Kyle has really caught Eastern Washington off guard with a couple of trick plays. You saw with a little sneak attack right before the end of set number 2. Look for her to continue her dominance in set number 3 as the Lopes again looking for their 2nd consecutive sweep. They swept Montana on the road 3-0 before coming home for this GCU Invitational. Look for them to go back-to-back.
They're definitely going to want to do that, so we talked about it earlier. Almost a perfect road trip, just the one blemish in a 5-set loss to Ball State, but a 5-1 record coming into the weekend, and it's the best start for Grand Canyon in the Division I era. And Coach Nolan, before the game, he talked about it. He said it was great for confidence, just having that record, knowing that you can get out and score points and get in front of these teams.
And you mentioned, you talked about Claire Mitchell as well as Jenny Murillo really making a difference in that locker room, as the chemistry has been phenomenal for the Lopes so far here through the first 6 matches. As we'll see what they can do here in set number 3, but you can't complain if you're Coach Tim Nolan trying to pick up his 31st lifetime win as GCU's head coach.
These two teams have met just one time before, and that was 3 years ago right here at GCU Arena, and that saw the Lopes sweeping Eastern Washington 3-0. They're going to look to do it again, and for the 2nd time ever. Let's see if they can do that. But Eastern Washington's going to start off set number 3. The Lopes will have to go on the offensive first. Let's see what kind of a start they can get off to if they had 2 great starts early on. That's going to be to Murillo. Mitchell's going to go for Murillo again. She finds the floor. Jenny Murillo puts the Lopes up by 1.
Well, we mentioned how the Lopes defense has played conservatively up to this point. Jenny Murillo only with 4 touches so far. We mentioned the 14 total attacks. But if Jenny Murillo gets going here in set number 3, it's game over for the Eagles.
However, that serve goes out of bounds. We're knotted up at 1, and now Eastern Washington gets a chance to serve it away again. This will be Ashlyn Blotzer, number 6. Right to DeFalco. Mitchell in the middle. It'll be dug out. Now set to the outside, gonna get down to the floor, and now Eastern Washington takes their first lead in a long time at 2-1.
Their last led 2-1 in set number 1. Let's see if they can get something going again. Backs against the wall for the Eagles, trying to avoid their 6th loss on the season.
And a service ace that time for Eastern Washington, and it's 3-1 now. Haven't been able to call a service ace for Eastern Washington in a while. And that one's going to be put in play as well. So Mitchell to the back row and Bubinski, and it's be kept alive. That one's going to be dug out by Wharton. Outside, Haggy can't get the tip over the net. Had to try and adjust her body in midair and just couldn't quite do it. And Eastern Washington takes their biggest lead, 4-1.
Well, Sarah just couldn't get a good handle on that one before she could. The ball already hit the net, so the Eagles looking strong early on, up by 3. We'll see if Blotzer can take advantage.
That one's set up for Bubinski. It finds the line, and that one was really set up by a great dig from Teigen to Falco.
Well, that's only Annabelle's 5th attack of the game. We saw her with her first kill to put the Lopes on the board in set number 1. As she picks up her 2nd kill here in set number 3.
Kayla Matthews, the server for the Lopes. That one will be kept alive to Falco outside. Haggy, that one's going to be deflected and they can't keep it alive. And Sarah Haggy gets another kill. 4-3 Eastern Washington. So now Haggy ties Murillo for the team lead in kills with 5. And Kayla Matthews will serve it away again for the Lopes. That one off the top of the net, service ace, Kayla Matthews. Tied at 4, and the yes chant ensues behind us.
The Eagles looking all discombobulated there on that play, not ready for that one, as that ball just barely gets over the net in the favor of the Lopes. And just like that, that 3-point lead vanishes.
And another good serve. That one's gonna be blocked by Bubinski, but kept alive. And now outside, gonna go to DeFalco. Mitchell gonna back set Bubinski, it finds the corner. Lopes take the lead and they're on a 4-0 scoring run.
Well, just when you thought everything was going right for Eastern Washington, that lead evaporates as the Lopes offense looking to take control here.
Kayla Matthews to serve it away again. That one's gonna be back set out, gonna not get over the net, no touch. Lopes take a 6-4 lead and they're on a 5-0 scoring run, so a good swing by GCU to get back in front by 2.
Well, Eastern Washington definitely starting to show more of the same signs we saw in set number 1 and 2, hurting themselves offensively after losing that 3-point lead.
Wharton keeps it alive. Mitchell back for Wharton now, yes! Finds that line again, and now the Lopes able to pick out that line very well here in set number 3, and it's 7-4.
Well, signed, sealed, and delivered for Melody Wharton. And just like that, 3-way tie for most kills tonight, 5 kills each for, you guessed it, Melody Wharton, Sarah Haggy, and Jenny Murillo, the team leaders in kills this season for the Lopes.
Gonna be set up, blocked at the net. That's gonna be Haggy and Bubinski, and it's 8-4 now, Grand Canyon. Timeout, Eastern Washington. After a 6-0 Lopes scoring run, they force the timeout. Lopes up 2-0, 8-4 in set number 3. We'll be right back here on GCU TV.
Brittany, and this is Ask GCU. Hi, I'm Brittany Holwyn, and you should watch Ask GCU,
where we answer your questions every week.
And the points don't matter. Wait, what?
Tune in every week for answers to be questioned.
Where we answer your questions in a common, all right.
I'm a professional banter. Tweet hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured.
Welcome back to GCU Arena. The Lopes have really turned it on here in set number 3. They went up 1-0. Then Eastern Washington got a 4-0 scoring run, and since the Lopes, 7 straight points, and that's where we stand, 8-4.
What we saw in set number 2, the Eagles go down 6-0. You talk about a nightmare scenario there for the Lopes. Kyle up 4-1, 4 straight scores right out of the get-go, looking strong offensively. Everything looked like it was starting to click, and all of a sudden, Lopes go on a 7-0 run there to take a 4-point lead here in set number 3 as they look to continue their dominance. And the Eagles show more signs of the same from set number 1 and set number 2, just not helping themselves out offensively since losing that lead.
Matthews sends that one right into play, and now here we go again. Going to be kept alive, Haggie. DeFalco outside for Wharton off the top of the block, but dug out. Now that one's set. Now that gets off the top of the Lopes block. Mitchell, two-hand stuffed Annabelle Bubinski at the net. 9-4 GCU.
Well, nice eye there from Annabelle Bubinski. Finding the hole there again, wide open, Eastern Washington. Nobody to be seen. And just like that, Lopes putting up an 8th spot here as Eagles again being forced to chip away here for the 3rd straight set.
And a tricky serve from Kayla Matthews just gets over the net, out of bounds. That one looked to be very close to the line from our angle, Jack, but the Lopes get it, and it's 10-4.
Coming in for the Eagles, number 8, Whoo.
Kayla Matthews puts that one right into play. That one will be blocked, kept alive this time. DeFalco up for Wharton. Wharton's just gonna bump that one over. And now it's set outside, over top of the block, kept alive again. Miscommunication from Mitchell and DeFalco will see their lead go from 10-4 to 10-5, and Eastern Washington gets it back.
Well, we haven't seen much of that from the Lopes here tonight, Kyle. Just a little bit of miscommunication. Again, up by 5 here. Eagles just trying to get back in this one before the Lopes separate themselves late here in the 3rd set.
That one up, Haggie will get that one in play off the top of the block. And now it's blocked again. That's Bubinski, but kept alive. Gonna go again, doesn't get down as that one was right into the top of the net. No touch. 11-5 GCU.
Annabelle Bubinski to serve.
Bubinski will serve that one away. Big service ace, Annabelle Bubinski. 12-5 GCU.
Annabelle Bubinski to serve.
Bubinski to serve once again for GCU. That one will be kept in play this time. Floated over top, and a good spot by Eastern Washington to cut the lead to 6 now. 12-6 Grand Canyon. And their 10-1 scoring run is going to go to a 10-2 scoring run.
Rennet, Lopez, to serve.
Morales set to serve for Eastern Washington. That one gets to DeFalco. Mitchell up for Kyra Moss, and they were celebrating like it hit the ground. The referees say a double touch, and now Kyra Moss will get credited with the kill. 13-6. Emma Ahern comes in for Sarah Haggie, and she will get ready to serve. Emma Ahern sends that one over top of the net. And now a free ball sent over. Gonna be to Mitchell. Gonna go backside for Moss. That one will fall. 14-6 Grand Canyon now. They are rolling through Eastern Washington.
Well, Kyra Moss with 6 kills and 9 total attacks has been tremendous all night long for Coach Nolan and this Lopes offense.
Ahern's serve gonna ricochet back to the Lopes side off the top of the net, and 14-7 is the Grand Canyon lead. Pusau is gonna be the server for the Eagles. She'll send that over. DeFalco will bump outside. Wharton gonna be dug out. That one's just gonna be pushed over the net now. Mitchell for Wharton this time. Kept alive. bumped up. Mitchell gonna go with the quick touch over the net, and a good rally going now for the Lopes. That one gonna be off the top of the block. Mitchell outside for Wharton, doesn't find the line, and it's out of bounds, no touch. 14-8 now.
Well, it's only a matter of time before someone on the Lopes side came in for the kill. Melly Wharton trying to find that corner. She's unable to keep it in play. Still with a nice, comfy 6-point lead here.
Mitchell outside for Wharton again. Gonna be kept alive, but it'll find the floor. 16-8 now, Grand Canyon.
Well, let's try one more time. Kyle Melody Wharton couldn't find the corner there on that last play. Holding nothing back on that last kill for her 6th kill of the night. On a two-way tie with Kyra Moss with 6 on the night. Wharton with 17 total attacks tonight for the Lopes.
So number 10, KJ Adams, gets her first action tonight. She's gonna be the server. Adams with a rocket of a service ace, and she comes into the game ice cold, but KJ Adams gonna get a service ace for the Lopes, and they've doubled up Eastern Washington. Adams again off the top of the net. That's gonna be kept alive this time. Pushed outside off the top of the GCU block, and it's 16-9.
Into the Eagles, number 22,
Eastern Washington and serves it away now. Gonna be dug out. Mitchell for Murillo off the top of the block. And now it'll be pushed outside. Now GCU gets their hands on it. DeFalco for Jenny Murillo one more time. Kept alive and now stuffed at the net. Kyra Moss, 17-9 Grand Canyon.
Kyra Moss continuing to show how valuable she is on that offensive side with her 7th kill of the night. And a little bit of deja vu for the Eagles. Down by 8, late a 17-9 win for the Lopes. Once again, just trying to put the nail in the coffin.
That one will be kept alive. Ahern has to run it down. Adams will send a free ball over to the back row. It's gonna be set outside off the hands. And now bump to Mitchell. Mitchell in the middle, Bubinski. Will it fall? Yes, it will. Well out of play now, 18-9 Grand Canyon. As they have just made another substitution. It'll be Hannah Eskis to serve now, number 14 for GCU. That one will be kept in. That's Adams to Mitchell. Mitchell outside, Murillo out of bounds. Not gonna find that back line, 18-10.
Mckenna Davis to serve.
And now a substitution for the server. Davis, this is going to be McClure coming back in now. She'll serve. With her team down by 8, looking to force a 4th set if they can come back. McClure floats one over. Dug out, Mitchell for Murillo. And now it'll be set well outside. Gonna get by, but the Falco digs it out. Bumped up back row, kill, KJ Adams, 19-10 Grand Canyon.
Well, don't mind if I do. KJ Adams gets on the board with her first kill of the night. Everybody getting involved offensively for the Lopes here tonight. A great team effort offensively. Up by 9.
Kayla Redfield now serves number 1 for GCU. That one's gonna be killed into the back row, and it's 19-11 Grand Canyon, and now it will be Ashlyn Blotzer, who has one of the 2 service aces for Eastern Washington. She'll serve it away. She'll go with a little jump float. And now Redfield for Bubinski, it'll fall. Annabelle Bubinski again, 20-11. Murillo's gonna check out. Matthews is gonna check in, and she will get ready to serve.
Well, Bubinski's been sneaky in this one for the Lopes tonight, Kyle. That's her 6th kill of the night. And we mentioned this Lopes offense being very distributive. Everybody getting involved here tonight.
That one's going to be dug out to Falco. It's going to stay in. Adams looking to keep it alive. She does with her elbow, but a whistle. And a lift is going to be called. Almost an outstanding play from the Lopes. A little ping pong action at the net. DeFalco couldn't quite keep it alive. And Lopes up by 8 now. That one right to DeFalco. A little bit of an errant pass from her. You don't see that very often, and it's 20-13. Right to DeFalco. This time she gets a good one away for Redfield. Haggie gonna get blocked at the net, and it's 20-14.
Well, the Eagles starting to show signs of what we saw to begin the set when they went up by 3 with 4 consecutive scores. 3 consecutive scores here as they only trail by 6. And again, all they could do, Kyle, is chip away at this point. They put themselves in a hole here late, just trying to come out from underneath it.
Matthews is gonna return pass to Adams, who sends it over. That one's set right at the net, and it's gonna find a hole in the Lopes defense, and it's 20-15 now. Lopes lead cut in half. So now Eastern Washington showing signs of life, crawling their way back into it, and they've cut the lead in half, trying to stay alive for as long as possible. DeFalco for Adams. Back out to Haggie, it'll be blocked but out of bounds. 21-15, Lopes get it back. Sarah Haggie picks up kill number 6. Another substitution for GCU. It'll be number 12, Maria Adams. She'll put that one in play. And now that one's over. Redfield will set it up. That's a big swing. And it's put right back over. Redfield again for Haggie. Yes, it's gonna get deflected. Sarah Haggie again. Tied for the team lead with 7 now. 22-15 GCU. And a timeout taken by the Eagles. And it's 22-15. Lopes up 2-0. Eastern Washington trying to stay alive for as long as possible. We'll see if they can do it or if the Lopes are going to close it out in 3 when we come back right here on GCU TV.
Water heater failed. She was pregnant. In-laws were coming. A little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
We are back inside the GCU arena. Lopes up 22-15 here in set number 3. They had a 10-point lead, and the Eagles cut it to 5, but the Lopes have since rattled off 2 straight points, looking to close this one out and get their 2nd straight sweep.
Well, we've seen more of the same from the Eagles, Kyle, just again hurting themselves offensively. We saw them go up by 3 early in the set, 4-1, but have since let the Lopes rally off 9 straight scores, and now down by 7. The Lopes once again just trying to give themselves their 2nd sweep in as many games, and that'll help.
Maria Adams service ace. 2 points away now are the Lopes. Well, we have a 3-set sweep. Lopes 2 points away. Adams gets set to serve again. Good serve from Maria Adams. That's gonna be set in the middle over top of the block. Redfield outside. Adams gonna go with a little set over top of the net. And now a little quick touch back from Eastern Washington. And now it's outside. Haggie goes with the touch. Kept alive now into the back row. They're gonna come and get it. Kept alive by GCU. Redfield has to send one over. Pushed outside, just gets past the hands of Sarah Haggie, and he gets down 23-16. And this is the most points that Eastern Washington has scored in a single set so far tonight.
And the Eagles aren't going to go away quietly, Kyle. Again, still down by 7 at this point. But Lopez there, that was her 23rd total attack as she picked up her 4th kill of the night.
So that one right at Matthews. Gonna be stuffed down at the net. 23-17 now, Grand Canyon. That was Mckenna Davis there at the net to put that one away on an errant pass from the Lopes.
Davis's 10th total attack there. She saw an opportunity and took it. Lopes caught off guard there. And the Eagles just chipping away in this game, only down by 6 right now.
KJ Adams puts the Lopes now at match point. It'll be Emma Ahern to try and close it out. 24-17 now. Grand Canyon can end it here. Ahern to put it over. Eastern Washington will get a chance to play this one. That one's gonna be blocked but dug out. Back up again, that time over top of the block. And some hustle. The Falco's got to send it over. She does, it's blocked. And now the Lopes have a chance to catch their breath. That one's gonna be a bad set, but put over. Redfield in the middle. Blocked back down. Redfield again. This is for Adams. It'll fall. Lopes get a sweep. 25-17. 3 sets to none. And the Lopes pick up their 3rd straight win and the first one of the GCU Invitational.
Well, Kyle, a great homecoming here in Lope Country at GCU Arena. When both teams look back at this game, the Eagles, of course, can look at all those missed opportunities. Way too many service errors in this one as they continue to shoot themselves in the foot as they drop 3 straight sets to a red-hot Lopes team, now 6-1 on the season, pick up their 2nd consecutive 3-0 sweep. Sarah Haggie and Kyra Moss leading the charge with 7 kills each. And Jenny Maria, of course, 19 total attempts here as you see the Lopes appreciating their Havocs and their Lopes fans here who were crazy all night long. We saw so many yes chants, so many other chants. These guys are just crazy here behind us, but the Lopes go in tomorrow, a doubleheader against the Highlanders and the Aztecs, looking for a couple more wins.
And the GCU Golf Course player of the game is going to be the freshman setter, Claire Mitchell. She had an all-around great game. She had 4 kills on 7 total attacks, 8 digs, and 22 assists. So a great game from the freshman. And that is how the Lopes close out night number 1 here at the GCU Invitational. Like Jack said, they're right back in action tomorrow at noon when they take on the Highlanders of UC Riverside. And then at 7 p.m. again tomorrow night when they take on the Aztecs from San Diego State. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. For the entire GCU TV crew, for Jack O'Hara, I'm Kyle Borg saying have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow, and as always, go Lopes.